They came screaming out of the sky, sleek, fast, and deadly. The sun hadn't fully risen when radar screens began to light up like Christmas trees. What looked like a routine patrol soon turned into a brutal reminder of what happens when technology, training, and timing collide. In under 5 minutes, one of the world's most famous dogfights would unfold, an air duel where F-16 Falcons hunted down and destroyed Soviet-designed MiG-23s, better known by their NATO code name, Floggers. It was supposed to be a show of strength. Instead, it became a display of total dominance. The year was 1989. The Cold War was beginning to thaw, but in the Middle East, tensions still burned hot. Libya, under Muammar Gaddafi, had long been flexing its muscles in the Mediterranean. Airspace was contested, provocations were frequent, and the Gulf of Sidra was a line in the sand that no one dared cross unless they were ready for a fight. On January 4th, 2 U.S. Navy F-14 Tomcats were on a standard combat air patrol south of the Libyan coast. Intelligence had warned of possible confrontations, but what unfolded was anything but routine. Suddenly, 2 Libyan MiG-23s took off from Al Bumba Air Base. Initially, they appeared to be on a reconnaissance mission. But as the Tomcats continued their patrol, the MiGs locked on and closed in fast. Now here's where it gets chilling. The F-14s initially attempted to disengage. Multiple times they turned away, descending to avoid provocation. But the MiGs kept coming, aggressively mirroring every move. In the world of aerial combat, that's not a game. That's a threat. After repeated warnings and with visual confirmation of armed hardpoints on the MiGs, the American pilots were cleared to engage. One missile missed, the second found its mark. A fireball lit up the sky over the Mediterranean, followed moments later by another. Both Libyan aircraft were gone. But what made this event legendary wasn't just the kill, it was how it echoed another, lesser-known aerial clash involving the F-16 Fighting Falcon, a plane engineered for speed, agility, and kill precision. In 1981, just 8 years after its introduction, an Israeli Air Force F-16 took down not 1, not 2, but 7 Syrian MiGs in a single sortie, a record still unmatched in modern air combat. The F-16 Falcon was a different beast altogether. Unlike its heavier counterparts, the Falcon was designed to win dogfights. Built with fly-by-wire technology, a bubble canopy for unmatched visibility, and a thrust-to-weight ratio that made it feel more like a rocket than a plane, it earned the nickname Viper among pilots. But it wasn't just machinery that gave it teeth, it was the men flying them. One pilot described it like this: "Flying an F-16 against a MiG is like racing a cheetah against a hyena. One is built to hunt, the other just survives." In multiple encounters throughout the 1980s and 90s, F-16s proved lethal against a variety of Soviet-era aircraft. In 1991, during Operation Desert Storm, American F-16s flew more sorties than any other aircraft, striking strategic targets and holding off Iraqi MiGs with surgical precision. The dogfights were few, but when they happened, the results were decisive. In one recorded skirmish, an Iraqi MiG-25 tried to intercept a coalition strike package. An F-16 pilot locked on and fired an AIM-12 OMRAM. The missile struck, true vaporizing the MiG mid-air. There was no time to eject, no time to fight back, just silence, and smoke. It wasn't just firepower. It was strategy, patience, superiority in radar, speed, altitude, and command coordination. The F-16 didn't just fly into danger, it made danger obsolete. When F-16 Falcons ate hawks for breakfast, it wasn't about aggression. It was about proving that training, technology, and restraint can coexist with lethal effectiveness. Each kill wasn't just a victory in the sky, it was a message. One heard loud and clear in every capital where red stars adorned fighter wings. Air superiority isn't just won with missiles. It's earned in the milliseconds between life and death when one pilot sees, decides, and strikes before the enemy even knows he's lost. The legacy of the F-16 isn't written only in steel and speed, it's etched into the skies above deserts, seas, and borders. It reminds us that in war, the quiet hum of preparation is louder than the roar of any engine. And sometimes, the fiercest predator isn't the one with the biggest bite, but the one that strikes first and disappears into the clouds.